ghost or something.
There's a ghost.
Yeah, like yesterday I turned the sound like down and the damn thing went back up. That's why I was like, yo, you gotta turn the music down. I was like, it is down. And then I turned it back down, went out of it, came back to it, and was back up where it was.
You got some engineer ghosts.
Yeah, somebody in here wants to talk.
Right.
Let them talk. I had to tell the ghost at our hotel. I was like, I'm getting ready to have you exercised. You're gonna go to the light. You keep on messing with me.
Exercise and go to the light.
He's gonna be exercised and I had to go to the light.
Shit, I would like to do that kind of shit with strange phenomena.
There we go. That might be another show idea.
I don't know which one.
Strange phenomenon.
Because I'm telling you, my kids, I don't know what's up in the ceiling, but they be like looking, staring into space like.
Sincere does the same thing. Sincere will be looking right at you.
And she will be.
Sincere will look at you and then all of a sudden go like this. I'm like, who's standing over top of me?
And then Miles is fascinated with the living room clothes. Like there's something in there. I'm like, Miles, what is going on? What's in there?
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm like, show me your grandma in there.
You would, she got a damn light in her cup.
Mama, you know this my mother doing. This my mother doing.
My mother makes stronger drinks for her. I don't know what type of bartender she is.
You ain't never even had one of my drinks.
Yes, I have. You forgot down Culture also?
You wasn't drunk because everybody else was.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know about you.
You got high tolerance.
You got a very high tolerance because I put it.
Mama got me drunk.
I don't know what she doing and I'm not because I use some of her recipes. That's why I told people, I said, I don't know what y'all talking about. It's 4 shots of liquor in them pouches. What you talking about? You need some more liquor in it. And in my pictures, I put a 5th in it. So then when I put a half a gallon of liquor in it, it was too strong for men. So
I got some moonshine. I got moonshine in my freezer right now. Orange creamsicle moonshine.
Girl, sound good. Too good, can't eat. So me, I be wanting some lemonade. Can't get none of that. It's allergic.
Who's this?
Terry G. This King Ray, I think. It's King Ray.
Feeling rusty.
I was last night.
Yeah. It ain't no rusty interview with me and you.
But I feel rusty, I feel rustier now than I did when I did my show and hadn't been on air for like 9 months. Like I feel, because I was starting to get back into swing and everything, and then had to stop.
Hey, poetess. I knew you was gonna be singing that girl. Yeah, you sing good.
Her little funny stuff.
I ain't feel like no makeup enough in the day other half. I ain't feel like it's too high. It's too high.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, because I don't got no makeup on? Listen, you gonna have to talk about it.
Tell me when. No. It's your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. And guess what? I'm back again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back like I ain't never left. But it's in the spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi.
Yeah.
And on a new station, as you can tell, Power 4.4. I gotta get used to saying that. We gotta get it. We got a slogan yet, Jay? We got a slogan yet?
Yeah,
You a drop.
I know.
yeah, we need it.
You need a drop.
So I was trying to catch up on everybody that was already booked from the other station. And is it the drop rally? Is that the slogan right there? Okay. The station where people are the power. Yes, okay. Power. All right. So I was trying to get everybody who's already, and then of course, people have things happen. So Jay was like, ask Queen Pheen. I was like, oh, because just over a year ago is when I had you at Hardbody, and we sat there and had a great conversation, everything else. And a lot has happened. A lot has happened since then. So I'm sure that we're going to have a good, she just informed me she can't stay the whole 2 hours, which is cool. Me and Jay can maybe can hold it down for the last hour, some music and because I wanted to actually talk to you and Antoine and have you guys on, but Antoine is under the weather. Yeah. So but so I got Queen Pheen. Yes. And she is a jack of all trades. That's what I call it, because you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now she's even got to where she's making drinks.
Well, I actually been doing that for years.
Oh, okay. Well, I just
got back into it,
Yeah. So like I said, a hustle is a hustle.
Yes, it is.
So so I know that you had taken some time off from doing the poetry and doing music because now you have a little bundle of joy.
Yes, almost 4 months. Nice. Hey, wavy.
So I'm sure that was a transition as far as
Ooh, girl, listen.
Because how old is your daughter?
She's 9.
Right. So there's an age difference, but I'm sure that she helps.
She's a big help, a very big help. She is like, you need me changing? I got it, mama. I do it. And how much to put his bottle on? How much to fill? Because we got the bottle warmer, you fill it up, and that's the timer. So I said, you just fill it up to the 3, and she fills it up, and she warm it up for him, and she feed him and stuff, and she even be having him in there playing with her toys.
Well, that like I said, that's a blessing. But I'm sure that trying to have you gotten back into the music yet, or?
Yes, I've been doing some practicing. I had a show scheduled, and they canceled it. I guess they had some problems with the venue. But I've been going to Love and Hip Hop, going there, showing off every now and then. That's gonna always be home.
Oh yes,
that's gonna always be home. I love them, but I kind of feel like I'm, outgrowing it a little bit. Kind of want to start working more behind the scenes with it because they give them some different ideas for it. But yeah, I just show up and show off just because.
Well, I mean, my thought has always been, back when we had 5 seasons, everybody was like, oh, 5 seasons, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. Mm-hmm. But then when it was gone, it was like, I wish we had 5 seasons
and that's
back.
what I'm saying. I don't want it to go nowhere, or I don't want to really step away from it per se.
Right.
But as far as me performing it ain't for me.
Right, because my thought is, okay, Love and Hip Hop, I remember when I was first introduced to Big Guy. Mm-hmm. He's actually my friend Rel's half brother. Mm-hmm. So, or step brother, something like that. They're brothers anyway. And that's when I was introduced to him. And that's when he was having it. Where was he having it?
St. Mary's.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He was having it at St. Mary's. And then he progressed, and he actually he had it at Auto Bar. Mm-hmm. And then he went down to Cultural Arts. Yeah. And I had yet to be down there. I went to St. Mary's a couple times to support. Mm-hmm. And got shouted out by Apex the Genius. Yes. Oh, if you don't know who she is, oh my God, you were there that night.
Yes, he will give you the host feel. That's when I had the high time fade, y'all.
But so I think stuff like that it's a good stepping stone. It's a good place to practice a new song to try it out.
and I tell people all the time, it's a great place if you just stepping into this and you need to develop your technique and everything and practice your stage presence. It's a wonderful place to go. But once you get to a certain level, it's only like should only go there. Not saying don't go to support, but
right.
As far as performing, when you get to a certain level, if you drop it something new, so you can test it out on the audience.
Exactly.
But it's not somewhere that you should
stay. Right.
Because you should always want to grow and become, some higher than what
right.
you're doing.
And that's what I've always like for me, like going to these starting out in the what I call the hole in the walls.
Yeah.
And I don't mean no disrespect to any venues, but if you're a hole in the wall, you're a hole in the wall. Good Times is a tiny place.
It's a tiny place.
And it's you know what I mean? Like
Vernell's, I don't even understand how people was doing shows
at Vernell's. Oh my gosh.
I don't understand that. I don't even understand how people was having parties at Vernell's. I bartended there at one point last year, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times for shows.
I don't understand how people.
Trust me, and I have claustrophobia, so it was bad. And then
terrible.
In order for you to go, you could go out back, but you had to go past where everybody was performing.
And it's just then it becomes a rude thing because you trying to get outside.
Mm-hmm. And people somebody's performing. So, those it's like the different stepping stones. You know what I mean? So now, since we don't have Sonar anymore and we don't have 5 Seasons, the one place is Auto Bar.
Yeah.
And of course then you want to try to get to the places of Soundstage and Ram's Head. Those are bigger stages with bigger,
And that's what I tell people. If you're not networking, you're not giving people cards or flyers with your information on them or following certain people, you're not attaching yourself to certain people, you're not going to get those type of shows because you stand within that open mic crew,
mm-hmm.
or you stand within that one set showcase crew, and it's like it irritates me. At least I went on a rant on Instagram and Facebook because I'm tired of going to shows where they have headliners, and then the people that's opening for them or signing up for the open mic list is better than these headliners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of us Baltimore artists that have been doing this for years, not getting paid, and we've been coming to do some of these promoted stuff, and it's like y'all rapping over top of your lyrics. Number one, y'all headlining, rapping over top of your lyrics. You the main thing for people to come to see, and you rapping over top of your lyrics, and because you got 25 men and women coming with you on the stage, you think it's cool.
Right. It's because they're not taught any different.
And it's irritating me. And then some of these poets that come up there, you on your phone and you headlining. How?
Because they've never been to a Warm Wednesday at 5 Seasons to see Lamar Hill or there's a whole list of people that I was introduced to because of Chenier.
Yes.
And because I never went to the poetry side, but because of the things that she did with the poetry, like the Poetry Wars and whatever, I got to see these professional poets.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
Because, and then even with the flyer situation, people are sending selfies, and you performing at a sound stage, and you got a selfie on this flyer for you performing at the sound stage. I had one girl up because she up in New York, and you're trying to make this. You're from Baltimore. They already think how they think about us. You at Baltimore, you got a selfie with you in your bathroom mirror on this flyer. I said, honey, do you need a professional photographer? I got plenty that might fit your budget. She unfollowed me.
Yeah, because they take offense to that when you're trying to give them information.
It's not. I'm not trying to offend nobody.
I got a tickle in my throat. It happens every single time. That's why I had this big bottle of water.
I don't want to offend anybody, and that's okay. So we won't get into this. That is why I'm going to officially announce this. This is my last year of music. From July 2019 to July 2020, that is all you're going to get from Queen Pheen. I'm going to officially step behind the scenes next year.
Well, I mean, and I think, I guess because I came into the scene in a time where it was being built.
Yeah, and you had writing sessions and people would meet up to do certain things.
Well, I mean, and even with the shows.
And you had these showcases and everybody was coming together. Jay was doing the Red Door, doing his thing. And, you had everybody, doing something.
Well, I mean, and there's nobody to guide anybody. I mean, I was just up in PA for last month. Was it last month? No, it was May. For a Stop the Violence event. I was a judge.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there, and it was four or five of us, and I told them about rapping over their lyrics. That's a pet peeve. I hate it because for all that, you could have just gave me your CD.
Exactly. One girl, she tried to put it to me like this. You don't know everybody's comfortability when they get on the stage. Everybody's not comfortable with just writing a beat. Well, why are you doing this?
Well, it's not about comfortability. The excuses that I have gotten have been, the sound system sucks. Nobody can hear me.
Yeah, and that's what people would say to me. And, and it's just like, if my little self can get on the microphone and command everyone's attention.
Oh, I've seen you do it at the depot. I've seen you walk right up to people. They were having conversations.
No, you won't. Not while I'm performing.
Oh, that was the funniest. Oh my God, Jay, that was the funniest. I took a picture. Click. Yeah. I think it was it Tay?
It was Tay the G and 3D.
She walked right up to him and was like that, and she was singing and everything, and they was like, okay.
No, you won't. You won't listen because I'm so slept on. And a lot of people was talking this and that and would say, oh, well, Queen Pheen really can't rap. You're not really listening, are you? Tell me a line in my song besides All Hell. Tell me a line in my song. Tell me a song of mine besides All Hell.
They can't.
They can't.
Because for one, and I was thinking about this when I was, was it today? I don't know. I'll be thinking all the time. But when you're I really want to stop the show sometimes and go, excuse me, why are you here?
Right.
If you're here to socialize, then you don't need to be here.
You don't need to be here.
This is a hip hop event.
Paid to get in this event to pay attention to the performers.
But if you're just here, I guess because
Big guys say it all the time. They come there and they pay their $5 or $10 to get in, and they outside smoking weed and drinking their drink in their car. He like, Queen Pheen got drinks over there in the corner. Y'all can we take intermissions. Why can't y'all go wait until the intermission to smoke? If y'all need it that bad, y'all might as well stay home.
Right.
What's the point of coming out?
Right. And it's and for me, I just don't get it. You come to a hip hop show. Now, if you come there to see one particular person, I understand that. But listen to everybody. You never know. You might become a fan of somebody else.
Yes.
And you just never know. And that's why I've always said, I started out as a fan of one artist. Mm-hmm. And that was Bomb. That was the only person that I knew. But I became a fan of the scene as a whole. And there's not a lot of people.
And now that I really I didn't know who he was at first. But I love me some Lucci Major. I really did.
That boy, something wrong.
He's crazy.
Yes, something wrong with him.
I love me some Lucci Major. I said, oh, this boy got some skill. Okay, Lucci.
He's very dedicated. He's very gung ho.
Mm-hmm.
He's there.
I love it.
And
he don't just stay still.
No.
He don't stay still.
I've been when he used to come up to Hardbody, he would make sure that he would come into the radio room to see me. I'd be in there doing something on the computer, whatever, before a show, after a show. And he would come in there and talk to me and everything. And he was just like, Lisa, I got some music. And I'm going to get you some music. And I'm going to interview. And I have yet to interview this boy.
What?
Yes.
You have not. Luchi, if you're looking at this, please contact Lisa Paparazzi and get your interview next week.
But I mean, there are some people that like. There are some people who are wholeheartedly in this, and then there's a lot that I think this is just a game.
Doing it because their homeboy doing it. Oh, yo, that be hard. I think I can do something to that. I feel like that's what they're doing. I feel like it's a game to some of these kids now.
Well, a lot of them are not even doing shows anymore. A lot of it is their Instagram and YouTube performers.
Yes,
they're not actual getting on stage. And I'll say, and I've told this story I don't know how many times. There is a group here in Baltimore, and they're really popular. Been on 92Q. I was at 92Q Summer Jam a couple years ago. Now they were signed to a little deal and all this stuff, everything. And when they got on stage, I was disappointed because they were rapping over their song. And they were jumping around, not even rapping into the microphones. The microphones was over here, and they're jumping around. I'm sorry, that to me is not a show. Yeah. And I told somebody a few years ago, I said, that rapping over the lyrics no, I can't stand it. Well, Rick Ross did it on the BET Awards. I said, are you Rick Ross? Do you have the money that Rick Ross has? Do you have the following that Rick Ross has?
Do you think he got that doing that?
No, he didn't.
I love when I'm at Love and Hip Hop and Big Guy will cut in the middle of somebody's sensation. Don't do that no more. And then he'll stop at like mid-list and be like, hey, throw me a beat on it. And he'll start just performing his song without no background, no nothing. And I love it. And it's like, I told people like, that's what you need to be doing.
My thing is, you want to really know, if you really want to know if somebody can sing, make them sing a cappella. If you really want to know if somebody can rap, make them rap either a cappella or over a beat that they're not used to.
They don't have nothing. They don't even know.
Because I can't rap. I can't sing. I can sing along and rap along with a song. Other than that, that's not me.
And that's what I'm saying. Because you see somebody else doing it and you think you might be good at it, that don't be cause for you to be like, oh, let me give this a try. Stop doing that, because these people who wholeheartedly are working hard and really want this, you taking up space for them. Because you might got a little one-hit wonder thing going on. And you still rapping over top of that. It's no way. I love these little guys. I ain't gonna say their names, but they got this one-hit song. They don't love hip hop. It's that. He was there one night. He know that word. He know that song. Verbatim.
And still rapping over.
Still rapping over his beat.
This is my thing, and even I'm finding out through, even with the station, because this station you have to have clean lyrics, or you have to have a radio edit. I can't get anybody to give me. I don't understand. You're in there. You're recording a song. So while you're recording your song, you have the engineer make you a show track for that song, which means you have your ad-libs, maybe the hook. You don't have your whole lyrics. No. And then make a clean edit it.
I had to say something to a girl one night because I had went on my rant and I said something about, people rapping over top of their lyrics. And I had to correct her because my all hell show track is just the ad-libs and the hook in it. She was like, well, I hear lyrics. I said, no, you hear the ad-libs and you hear the hook. I said, that's called a show track or a TV track. She said, oh, well, what is that? I said, that's what you do. I said, at first, I'm not going to lie to you. I need to help remember certain parts because, just little cues. And so that's what you do. So you can, if you don't know your lyrics, it can trigger your memory.
Right.
I said, but now, sometimes I just perform with just the beat because I'm used to performing that song by now.
Right.
I said, I did it this night, because it was 300 people in there that night. It was 300 people that one night. I sold 4 drinks, but we're not going to talk about that.
That's because they had their drinks in the cars.
Yes. But, I said, I want to make sure that everybody could hear it. And I said, so there's a difference between having cues in 4 words.
Right.
Ad-libs are fine. You don't even probably need a hook, but ad-libs are fine. Having that full song, we big guy might as well make it called the hip hop playlist or something.
Right. It's party.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be called open mic because you're not even using. One boy got up there and he did like this.
While
the song was playing.
Right, and
all he did was
while it was playing.
he didn't even use the microphone. We don't want to listen. That's not what we came to see you for.
This is not a listening party.
This is not your listening party.
Look, trust me. Like I said, and it's not just here in Baltimore. Like it's crazy because I've been other places.
So many places that even the sound system was messed up. I did a show for LeVar twice in a row, and he had the same DJ. The sound system. I mean, I don't know if it was he kept saying it was the different venues, but how is it
the same problem at the different venues? Okay.
At the different venues,
Well, I was
we went back and forth about that.
Well, I was down. I was down in Houston this past. When was it? When did I go? Down with Mardi Gras. So we were down in Houston, and it was the first night we went down there, and we went to a album release party for a guy named Highway Yella, who signed to Swisher House. You know, Paul Wall. I was excited. So went down there, and it was this little bar. Well, not little. I mean, it was big, and I was the only one. Everybody else was there with a tablet recording, phones recording. I was the only person there with this Nikon taking pictures of this guy and of the artists that were performing. And it was the same thing. These guys rapping over their lyrics. Highway didn't, but these other guys that were his opening act. And Devin the dude was there after when Highway got off the stage too. But I was the only one there. And I'm like, this like the same thing like everywhere. I went up to PA. They're rapping over their lyrics and thinking that it's cool. And I'm like, it's not cool.
We were at PA for, what was that? PA for that contest. And that group won over top of BBK.
Yeah, and
they were rapping over top of their lyrics. And I was like, huh? How? And the girls was not, I said, judges, how can y'all, no woman in this building was paying that group that won no attention.
Well, my thing was, I had it, Black Salem had first and BBK was second. And it was no biased. It was just based on.
And you picked somebody that I would have picked, Black Salem. Over them. If I was going to pick anybody over them, I would have picked Black Salem. But this group, the other group that was from,
I was outvoted. I kept telling the guys.
No woman. When I say no woman in that building even looked their way when they was on the stage because they were doing too much, and then they were rapping over top of the lyrics. They paid attention to BBK. They paid attention to.
But they had to pay attention to Black Salem because them guys.
They was good.
Yes,
they was good. They were.
But I had, and that's what I told them when I was standing there judging, and then the other judges left early, and I was like, how can
you judge something?
And I said, you know what? I said, this is ridiculous. And I told Jason that. And, that's where I was at. I was at the same place in May. And I was like, and I told him, I said, he was like, well, they were good. And I was like, they rapped over the fucking lyrics. How can you even say that? Excuse me. How can you even?
Them songs, because they used to come to Love and Hip Hop faithfully. Those songs are not new to them.
Right.
That's like me right now. Somebody asked me to do a show. And all hell is 5 years old.
My thing is, like I said,
doing that.
It's all about what they're taught, and people are not being taught that.
It's like, how can you call somebody your friend? How can you want to have managing somebody? How can you want to say this is the label? This is my team, my crew. And nobody's putting you on to.
Because I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Because this man right here to my left, I had to tell him we were at that damn. You know what I'm talking about. We were at that fashion, was that the fashion show? And he'd come to you and said this. I said, this is not the time nor the place, Jay. Don't do this, because you were getting upset. You had to find the asthma pump, everything else. But at the end of the day, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, as far as telling you, look, this is what you did this, but you should have did this. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, they don't have that.
They don't have that.
And they got too many yes men. And they're looking at the industry because of what the industry is doing. But my thing is this. You're not in the industry.
You got one guy too that Love and Hip Hop. I'm sorry for talking about Love and Hip Hop, but they irking my soul right now. I literally heard him say the same thing 3 times in a verse. And that was his verse.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 lines, 3 different times in one verse.
But I bet the beat was hard.
The beat was hard, and 85 niggas was on stage with him. So everybody singing the words. Oh, they think it's cute because you got 65 people. I don't even use the stage. First of all, everybody knows that about me. I don't even use the stage anymore. But your job is to command the audience's attention. Not for the audience to command your attention.
And I've said that as well. I've said that you and your hype man.
That's it.
Or if somebody else is on a song with you.
Some background dancers or something like that. That's
but
cool.
To have, because I'm telling you, I've been at the Vanity Room when it was open, and I had sat there and somebody was performing and I wasn't even paying attention. Like I wasn't even taking pictures because I was so busy watching his drunk friend. Of 20 of them on stage.
You do that so many times. I used to be like, yo, Lisa, it's crazy. I've seen you do that at the same stage.
Mm-hmm. I'll do it anyway. And you can tell, like, I'll be like this. I'll be like, look.
Your face will be like,
Jay got the camera on me right now. And be like, I just be looking with that, like, blank stare, like, what are y'all doing?
And it was like that. You can see your face just looking like.
Oh, people have gotten me good. Anchor the Bank got a picture of me at Auto Bar, and my ex's girl at the time, his girlfriend, her and her friends were drunk, and they're white girls, so they were white girl wasted, like literally white girl wasted. And there's a picture, and I used it as my profile picture too.
Oh,
and it was just like, I'm looking at them like, what are y'all doing? Banks sent that picture to me. He said, I wanted to post it so bad. I said, don't worry about it. I got you. And I posted it.
I know that's right.
Because, I mean, it was nothing against them, but it's just, I carry my expression. And it's nothing, and that's why I'm always at the front of the stage when I'm taking pictures. And I've been at shows where I'm listening to the same songs over and over and over. They're different artists, but they're the same songs.
It's the same songs. Everybody pulling something off the lot. Everybody got the new girl with the new booty and this and that. Everybody, they gonna get the new whip and everything.
What makes me mad is always the ones that always talk about they got money. But when it comes time to pay me my money for my ticket sales, guess what?
Ticket sales. Pay the money for this stuff that y'all wearing. Y'all rocking these clothes from the flea market. And y'all talk about something, you got this coin and that coin, you ain't got nothing. You got them jeans from Target. Stop playing with me.
But, like when you going back to what you're saying about being paid, and I wholeheartedly believe that there are a lot of artists in the city that need to get paid. That's why I always made artists sell tickets. Mm-hmm. I split the ticket sales with you.
Yes, you did.
So if you, depending on how many tickets.
When we did that show for you, down
5 seasons?
5 seasons. Yes.
I always.
Yes.
I watched.
I got on them about make sure that people pay full price for the tickets because they so stupid and was so high up at the time. They was trying to give tickets away and they put the rest to it. No. You're going to make them pay full price for this ticket. You're going to give Lisa her money. I didn't even know you per se at the time because I think Trills arranged that for them.
Probably.
And once I found out, because I was supposed to have been the person they supposed to sing something, send it to me, and then have me handle it. But they were trying to go behind my back at that time and do certain things, and it almost didn't work out for them until I told them what to do. But
yeah, that's why that's why I believe like that artists should be too many promoters, if you want to call them that, would be like, oh, I'm not making them sell tickets. And that's the reason why you've got
nobody there.
10 artists with 4 other people there.
And nobody's
And
in
that's
your
it.
audience because you're not giving them time to promote themselves, a way to promote themselves. If people see physical tickets in their hand, they become more interested.
And everybody's like, oh, well, the promoter's supposed to fill the building. Honey, I can only fill the building if you have a name or if something,
Somebody knows you. Nobody knows you.
Nobody, and that's like I said, like if it's somebody like a Scar Akbar who's a legend in the city,
Right.
you know what I mean? That it's if they've got a name already, that's something totally different. Even Scar would have to sell tickets if he was going on stage at sound stage to open up for somebody. You know what I mean? So, Jay-Z has to sell tickets. He doesn't have to physically sell them himself, but he still has to sell tickets.
He still got to sell it.
So they're not seeing them.
Cardi B was supposed to come here Mother's Day weekend, and she didn't come. She had a surgery problem or whatever. I said they ain't selling enough tickets. They ain't selling enough tickets. That's why she didn't come. Because she would have probably still came had they sold enough tickets.
Let me tell you, there's been a few promoters in this city who have supposed to have brought people here. And then it's like, oh, they had an emergency. Well, my people know their people. And their people said that they didn't get their money that they were supposed to get.
They didn't get their money.
Turn around, who else? There was I was hit up about another show, and I hit up my homeboy and was like, yo, ask him if he knows anything about this show. So he hit him up on Instagram. He was like, yo, you know anything about it? He said, I don't know nothing about this damn show. I've never talked to these people a day in my life. And I was like, oh, okay. So you never these promoters that are trying to get these names to come down, if you're doing shiesty business,
it's not gonna work out for you.
Trust me.
I love my bro LeVar very dearly. I do, and I want him to become a big name one day. But I keep telling him, you can't keep asking us who've been doing shows since you started doing shows for you to come and pay $300 to perform at your stuff, and you got these people who we never even heard of come. And we supposed to be opening up for these people. We don't even know who these people are. They D-list artists. They're people that's like at the bottom of the barrel on these labels. And you asking us to pay $300 to come perform for them. And then we get there, we perform for them, and we better than the people that you asked to come here.
Well, it's not even just that. It's the fact of the matter is, don't ask me to pay an outrageous amount of money just so you could pay them to perform, to come down.
And you could pay us to headline a show. Help make us a big name. That's all I'm saying to him. And we had a conversation before and gone back and forth before, because I'm like, help make us that name that you making them.
Right.
Because one time he had these artists from Virginia come here, and this is my god sister's boyfriend right now. He's not a nobody in nobody.
Right.
He's not nobody, but he paid for their hotel stay, and he paid them to perform. They just regular Virginia artists, just like I'm a regular Baltimore artist. And he paid for them to come here in their stay. He could have paid for Jay's artists to perform that night.
And that's my whole thing. That's why.
Because at the time, it was a full label. At the time, it was still Slay Nation. It was still everybody, Blizz, Kid, everybody was on the label at the time. But he paid for those people to come here to perform, and then turn his nose down at me when I told him he should pay me to come out with me.
And that's my whole thing. That's like, they don't see the talent here. I think a lot of people don't see the talent. And there's a lot of talent here.
It's been plenty of times that I did his shows and been one of the highlights of it.
Because you're very animated and you're very, like, you have a stage presence.
Right.
And for me, that's one of the things I look at when I'm looking at an artist. I'm looking at their stage presence. I'm looking at I'm listening to their lyrics. I'm seeing, it's just a whole package. And there's a few artists that they have that. And there's artists and there's groups. I've seen groups that you think that they sit there and practice every chance they get because they're so in tune with each other that, they do like at certain parts of the song, they're all doing the same thing, all the hand gestures or motions, and they're not, they're just in tune with each other like that. And that's something that grabs a fan, at least for me. Yeah. I don't know, everybody's like, you can go out of town and get more notability because I'm not going to say there's hate or jealousy in the city, but it's that whole mentality of, my homeboy's better than that. No, your homeboy's not better than that. You think your homeboy's better than that because that's your homeboy.
That's your homeboy. And you really ain't woke enough to even, identify that he ain't really got it. And that's what I want to do, Lisa. I don't want to per se be in charge of anything right now. I don't think right now I have the mental capability to handle that responsibility. But I do know I want to be a part of the development process.
Right.
Because just because I chose to walk away from a situation that's dear to me does not mean that I can't help somebody else get where they need to be. Right.
And that's like, I think that a lot of the Baltimore OGs, if you want to call them that, they've reached out to maybe a few of their people in their camp or whatever. But there's a lot of artists in this city that need help. They need guidance.
To stop rapping like they shooting up bang bang, and then we wonder why we got all these girls on Murder Inc. page because all these girls on here talking about they shoot them up and they did this and they cut niggas on sight and all this crazy stuff they rapping about, and I'm just like,
well, I mean, I was told that the reason that a lot of these artists
why you
rap.
feel like you gotta go that hard? Why do you feel like you gotta step on somebody else's level and become somebody else that you're not?
That's why I've always said that as long as you keep true to yourself, your music will come across. And just because it doesn't vibe with this person, it might vibe with that person.
Yeah, because it's like, come on now. And then, I there's one girl down there, her name even similar to mine. And I'm just like, everybody know me from wearing bushes and leotards. Come on now. Is you gonna beat me? At least let me help you do it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to be kind of do something outside your box because in reality,
I've seen a lot of girls, like a lot of females over the years, go from they get on stage and they're wearing their jeans, their tennis shoes, and a t-shirt, and they're rapping about everything and anything or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like somebody tells them, oh, well, you need to show more skin, that way you can get more.
You can get more notoriety, and it shouldn't be that. You know what I mean? It really should not.
Because 9 times out of 10, the guys are not going to be listening to your lyrics because they're too busy looking at your booty.
Right.
And if you come in like your style, like I wanted to whip your tail that night of the fashion show. I wanted to whip your tail like I was your mama.
Right, because I had the lens on.
Yes. Yes. I was like, what is she doing? I'm going to whip her. She don't need to be showing all that skin because your words were more powerful than your outfit.
Yeah, I don't do it.
But I know that's you. That's always been you.
My grandpa called me Grace Jones. That's her nickname for me.
I believe it.
For real. For me, I dress according to what my set is.
Right.
I dress according to my set. If I'm just doing ambition and something like that, I got on more hip hop type gear. But if I'm doing all hell, I'm coming in there like Cleopatra.
Right.
But
you know what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying about as far as these females that come in
there and they rap about shooting up, bang bang, but they got on booty shorts that come all the way up their butt and the crop top showing all they baby fat, and it's just like, and the wig on, they got dreadlocks underneath, and they just doing too much. It's like, baby,
They need to find themselves.
you need a stylist. They need a team, and it's like I tell people all the time. You know, I wholeheartedly know I can do this on my own, as far as music is concerned. But having a team takes that stress off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Having a team helps push you. Having a team makes you a better artist because you don't have to worry about doing everything yourself.
Right. Well, there's a lot of artists. Like, I know for a fact that Bodymore Big Steve. I see Steve always comes up in every conversation. I swear to God. But Steve is one of those people that if he could have that he needs a team. Mm-hmm. He needs somebody to help him do A, B, and C.
He's doing everything by
because
himself.
he's just doing so much. But at the same time, he's like me. He has to have that control of doing everything. Because why? Because when he did give that one job to somebody, they dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball.
And it's not been just one time, it's been numerous times. So after a while, I'll be like they say, my mama always said, you want something done right, do it yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's just become the mentality for a lot of people.
Because I was telling Jay, like, you know, having been through so many things.
Right.
From 14 on to now, it's just like, it's tiresome. And you feel like, you know, you earned your way already. And you kind of feel like you already, you know, not there, but you already feel like you already been through certain parts of the process.
Right. You shouldn't have to backtrack.
And, you know, I know my problem wholeheartedly was doing those things I should have been doing for myself,
mm-hmm.
for other people.
I'm telling you, because like I said, like, I know for a fact that Jay having the label that he's had and having the artists that he's had under him over the years, because like I said, me and Jay, we've known each other since 2008 when I came in, I guess. And
I was glad to be back. I was, because it was a lot of stress on me being away.
People don't realize, like,
it was a lot of stress on me, even though I could do it. And he know I can, and I've shown him that I could. But having that pressure off of me right now, it feels good.
Right, because like having somebody instead of you trying to book your own shows and stuff like that, having somebody that's going to say, hey, I got you a show, such and such a date, blah blah blah. You know, everything. You be like, oh, okay. So you don't have to worry about trying to go out here and get ripped off by a promoter, mm-hmm. or, you know, somebody saying, oh, well, we're not selling tickets, but you got to pay such and such. Why am I got to pay? That's my whole thing is, why should an artist have to pay for a slot?
And then it's just also right now, Lisa, I've been told there's been a hold up on me getting other shows or it's a lot of shows that's been happening, but it's been a hold because certain people are performing, and I've been told I shouldn't be invited to perform.
Well, where are these shows at? Because I ain't seen no daggone shows. They having a lot of shows, and I don't know nothing about them.
That's must be what happened. There was one last night. I was told not to come because it was going to be drama if I showed up. There was a show on Thursday, and I was told not to come because it was going to be drama if I showed up.
People, and you know what? And my thing is this.
And I'm like, you know.
My thing was this. I can almost guarantee there wouldn't have been no drama, but somebody wanted to have something to say.
Right. And it's like, you know, if people mind their business, stop being nosy and worrying about what Queen Pheen doing. Because if it was she was on the other foot, I'm pretty sure they not worried about what either one of them guys are doing right now.
I mean, and that's like the whole thing with the hip hop scene. Like, I won't go to a show if I feel as though there's going to be some kind of drama.
I won't go, and
whether it's because of me or somebody else.
Right, because one person had a restraining order against, and I'm definitely not going nowhere he at because I ain't got time for it. Me and him and alcohol in the same building ain't gonna mix.
Right.
Nothing. It's not gonna happen. But the other person, like, whatever, he can be his way, I'm be my way. But it was told to me at a family member's birthday party he was the reason why I wasn't getting booked for shows.
I don't think so.
And I was like, what you mean? And they was like, oh wait, he said if you come, it's gonna be drama. Why would it be drama if I don't care about you?
And that's and I'm gonna tell you what. Do you know who DDM is?
Yeah.
Uncle Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
He got a wonderful, wonderful song right now. His whole project is dope. I'm telling you, if you haven't listened to it, please do. Yes, called Beautiful Gowns. My favorite song is called Chopped. But anyway, he has a song on there. It's called He Said, She Said.
Yeah.
And I ain't got no time for no He Said, She
For
Said.
it, but I just, one thing about me as I'm growing into the woman I'm becoming, I don't got time. So that's how y'all feel, because y'all rather book that person over me. This is where I'm gonna stay at, over here.
But see,
I ain't got time. Not gonna argue with you about me. Put me on your card.
But my thing is this: I've been asked by somebody who's a promoter over the years. Is it well, is there gonna be a problem if I book so and so, for the show because me and my ex had split up or whatever? And I was like, I'm not gonna stop you from making your money.
No, because I don't care about that.
I'm not stopping nobody from making no money. Because my thing is, you stay over there, I stay over here, and we're fine. But too many people want to be drama queens and try to start things. Because I can almost guarantee you that conversation was never had about not booking you. I can almost guarantee it. And if it was, then whoever that promoter is doesn't need to be a promoter.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, it's about the business.
I moved on with my life. That's just what it was. I'm a woman. I'm a grown woman.
And I'm sure
entitled to.
I'm sure the other person has moved on with their life as well.
Right.
So
if it's that,
it's always it would be like you and me having an issue, and Jay being in the middle of it, saying, and like I said, I hate that. I hate when somebody comes back and tells you one thing and then goes and tells the other person
the other thing, and it's just like it should not be that. Number one,
if somebody wants to go, they need to go and deal with like Nicki Minaj and all them who like that drama.
I don't got time for it.
Loving hip hop,
and I ain't going back to jail for nobody. I ain't got time for it. I'm wholeheartedly. I wanna step behind the scenes and do the artist development, the PR stuff. I want to put out this last project, and that's what I want to continue and promote until I'm ready to stop. I'm stopping because I want to focus on my bar business.
Right.
I want to get me a building. I want to do that. Also, I feel like I have so much knowledge inside my brain that I could help somebody out.
Right.
I'm 31. Next year, I'll be 32 years old.
She's still a baby. Good God.
I know. And everybody be like, no, you still got time.
But see, you know, like...
I don't have no gray hair. Right. I'm not feeling it anymore.
Right. And see, that's like with me with the photography. Like... I had people hit me up about, how much you charge for weddings. I don't do weddings, but hit up my son. He does weddings. How much you charge for? I don't like photo shoots. I like events. And right now, I'm not even feeling events right now. Because why? Because I'm tired. I work entirely too much at my job. And then I turn around and I had, like right now, I'm taking my daughter to work and picking her up. She's got to be working 6 o'clock at night and gets off at 5:30 in the morning. Then I've got to go to work by 8.
Yeah, so you don't got time.
I'm tired.
You don't have time. And it's like, for me, it was different 9 years ago when I had Camille. I could go to work, pick her up from daycare, get ready for a show, and go do a show.
Right.
I'm 31 years old. And Miles is already, he ain't even 4 months yet, but he's already a lot for me to deal with. So that's why I don't got no makeup on today, because I ain't got time. I got to make bottles. I got to do this. I got to, make sure the diaper bag packed. Check behind Shelby, make sure he got his keys, because I don't know how we going to drive the car without those. But, make sure I got my key, because I lose it like every other month. We got to go to Walmart and get a new one. And, stuff like that. It's just like...
It's called life.
It's complicated. And I'll still come out if people want to invite me to perform. But doing dropping new music, that's not happening.
Yeah, and like I said, you can always, after a
for
while,
this last project, but after that, you ain't getting nothing.
you never know, in a couple years or whatever. Like I said, you'll always, you will always have it in you to write.
I'll always do poetry. I feel like that's always been in me. I've been doing that since 10 years old.
Right.
So that's nothing for me to get up there and Jacob want me to come out to Be Free or something like that and do some poetry. I'll come out.
Right.
First of all, I'll just be happy that Jacob asked me to come. but you know, I'm still, I got co-signed from
Minutes.
I got co-signed from Shania 2 years ago when V died.
Mm-hmm.
I got co-signed from her, and that was enough for me. I feel like I was Beyonce. You couldn't tell me nothing. Right. You know? So, Lisa, I really just want to leave you with this. I'll always even just come here and sit with you. I'll always be available. I was a little hurt because I ain't talked to you in a while after the breakup. But
I mean, and it had nothing to do with. I mean,
it's just, it had nothing to do with that. We both was going through health stuff, and I want to shout out my son, Miles Jermaine Page. I am undetected from lupus.
Cool.
I'm undetected. I have not had a flare up in a year.
That's awesome. Cause you know my friend Sharisa, she's been having. I've been telling her she need to sit her ass down because she's in a social club. She's in a social club.
She everywhere. I be seeing her on Facebook, and shout out to Shelby Page Jr. because he made me sit my ass down when I was pregnant. Because everybody know me, Queen Pheen. I would have been out there pregnant and all, big stomach and.
Girl, I was at the club when I was pregnant with my daughter all them years ago. And her father left me a month before she was born. And I went out to the club with my friends. And one of the guys that we knew from the club, he was like, hey, where you been? I said, pregnant. He said, I see, now go home. Because I'm not delivering no baby on the dance floor. I was like, man, I ain't having no baby. I said, she's not even due for another 2 days. He was like, oh my God. But I had just needed to get out of the house, you know. Yeah. Here I am, I'm pregnant.
I remember she was pregnant with the first baby.
Oh, Lord. And now she got 3 of them. But, you know, sometimes, people don't understand, going, when you're pregnant and, you know, you're sitting here and you're like, oh, my God, I'm sitting in the house. I just need to get out and do something. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you were like, okay, I just want to go. I'll just go and sit down. I'm not even going to perform. I just want to be around, you know.
I was crying because I couldn't go to Love and Hip Hop. I just wanted to go. It's just like, no, you need to stay home. Look at your feet. They big.
Right. Feet all swollen. Be like, you can't even walk. What are you doing?
So the big guy must have felt sorry for me. He put me on the anniversary show. And so I got to go out in January to do that. But boy, was I tired.
I bet you were. You were. But like I said, you know, even dropping this last project, like I said, you'll never know what happens in the future. In the future. You know, you might decide to you know, you've done written all this poetry or you've done written these songs just because it's in you. And because I tell people all the time, you can't stop. I want to, I every other day, I'm like, I'm tired of taking pictures. I ain't taking no more pictures. And then something will happen and it'll come up in my memories for a show that I did or, you know, something will come up and I'll be like, wow. Or I'll be at a show. I actually go to a show and I'll take 1,500 pictures. I don't know why I take so many pictures. Because
you got so many pictures of me, my butt sticking out, and I'm just like, dang.
But it's you know, it's a passion. It's a passion. It's something that you love to do.
I love it.
But you know, like I said, you got to do what you have to do for yourself, and nobody can tell you that to stop or not to stop. It's something that you have to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I want to stop working. I really do, but I just bought a car, so I got car payments.
That's the only reason why I'm trying to find a part-time right now.
And you know, like I want to really, I do have to cut back on my hours because it's messing with my health. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to get to the point to where I don't have to work as much anymore, because you know I shouldn't have to. Yeah, that's in my mind. I shouldn't have to. I'm at an age now where I should be thinking about retirement.
As anybody, you know, it's always time to take a break.
And that's what I'm doing, is taking. I'm trying to take breaks.
Well,
yep, it's 8:00 and you got to go get your little one. So yeah, make sure we get some music. I'm sure we will, since your manager is our boss, my boss.
Yes. Some more here. If you want to take
okay.
It
oh yes.
What we going out with? What we going out with? Ambition.
So we're gonna be right back as soon as after this little break, and I guess me and Jay gonna hold it down for the next hour. And thank you for coming. And we'll be talking. I'll see you. I'll tell you. I'll see you.
We just come by.
Right.
Oh my God.
Everybody said wave to Josie Shawn.
Hey!
Said hey Queen and paparazzi.
That's my guy.
That's my buddy right there. My buddy, my pal.
We did this thing at Sharon's event. We got up there and freestyle poems. I said, Paul, you did me right, girl. You did me right on the freestyle poetry trip.
All right, well, go get your baby.
To be better than as I am better than my mother.
Oh, Jesus.
That's strange the way I love her. 1,001 kisses I give her the moment she graces my presence. But yet when she comes to embrace me with a hug, my arms become numb. Confident
We'll get the backdrop later, so y'all got it right here for right now.
and all I ever wanted. Unconditionally.
That's a selfie wall.
Undeniably. Selfie. Daddy for the mind to teach her what it is to grow into be a queen. With or without a king. To become Elizabeth and not Cleopatra. To be humble and revolutionary. My reflection is committed. This is my ode to needles. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high.
She tried to do a whole photo shoot. She tried to do a whole photo shoot.
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Get that baby.
Alright, y'all.
Alright, y'all be safe.
Alright. Alright, Sean.
Boogeyman might come in here and get us.
Said you rusty. I'm like, I'm rusty. That's why I'll be calling you up and be like, yeah, you forgot to do this. I'm like,
No, I didn't.
I did. I had y'all two cross references. But she talked soft.
Oh, yeah.
After this is Kojo, and then we go back in. Waterfall paparazzi. Paparazzi.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a lot of likes on my page because they think I'm paparazzi jewelry.
Oh. Hey, it works. Whatever works, works. It's like I was getting like crazy people from out of town, like in
people that are on my page. Like, if you're an artist, then you need to go to Baltimore Paparazzi and like that page. You don't need to be on my Facebook page. And plus, I do a lot of, like, people are like, what's your Instagram? And I'm like, just go. I said, if you want to see pictures, go to my Facebook page. I take too many pictures to try to put them on my Instagram. Now, every once in a while, I'll put somebody's, some pictures on Instagram that I've taken.
Right. Mm-hmm. Just to keep the interest.
But I share a lot of stuff from artists. Like, if they post up videos. My friend up in Rhode Island, he does this 1 minute, the 1 minute news with Charles Brown, and I share that. Like, he's gotten to the point where he tags me in it, so I can share it.
Okay.
But yeah, I share a lot of stuff from Hot Boy Turk and BG.
What's going on with him?
Who, Turk?
Yeah, his wife was messing with a dyke.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he going around saying he gonna smack the girl on her ass because she's still a girl.
He's the mess.
I love him though. He's like
We
real.
were supposed to be shooting a video with him.
You gonna get him on your show?
I'd love to. I'm trying to get Yella to come. I want to get Yella on my show. He look like.
Even if they call in, we're gonna have to get something.
Yeah.
That'd be a good look.
I'd love to just have him here because I love face-to-face kind of stuff. Phones, I hate phones.
It's just waiting. Most of the time, the only time they come down here is if they got business.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna come over down here if you want to.
Well, Steve was trying to work it to where Yella could, like, something about a show or something. I said, well, if Yella comes for a show, then I can interview him somehow, some way. Even if I just record it and then snatch the audio from it and then put it on air.
Okay.
Or some way. Cause he loved the pictures I took of him from his show. He was like, how can I get these pictures?
Who was that?
Yeah, how about Yella? He's signed with Swisher House.
Now I can see your face. Hey, Lisa!
You better put a wedge in between the phone and the thing.
Yeah.
I told you I rig shit up.
Well, these are better because of the ones that we had before. You couldn't charge your phone. So now I could charge my phone if needed.
Yeah, I always leave my phone charged up.
Yeah, the one before I didn't like because you couldn't charge your phone. But somebody had bought it, so you can't complain, right?
I love to get them damn clips like we had at Hard Body.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
They were good for like for what I do, and they're good for like selfies too, because like it's attached. I think it was attached to the arm.
Yeah.
This thing's like loose or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. I want to spin around and shit.
Oh, probably I didn't tighten all these up.
It's this piece right here.
Yeah, these swing a little bit.
See, this is for up and down. This one right here spins. That's why Queen Pheen is spun on her. Right, went down like that. Oh, you say after this song? Ready?
All right. We back.
And back with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi, in the spotlight on Power 4.4. I gotta get used to saying that.
You got it pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know.
This is what you do.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to be awesome.
Yeah. So, in regards to Queen Pheen, we got some exciting news coming up. So we're not gonna release it yet, but
I wouldn't
talk
not yet.
details yet.
Like I said, sometimes some things are better left unsaid, and then you just spring them on them.
Yeah.
And it's like bam.
Yeah.
Be like, wow, how did that happen? Ancient Chinese secret.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Right, because I found over the years that people like to tell, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and then it doesn't come to fruition, and then people talk about it. I've been that's why I like whenever somebody says something now, I'll be like, okay, whatever, because is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? If it happens, great. Yeah. Whatever it is, I got a meeting with an AR. It's not hard to get meetings with ARs anymore, but I still don't understand. Like, I guess maybe for the distribution aspect of everything, because everything is pretty much done independently now. And I've been preaching independently since day one.
Takes the time, yeah. I think the only thing is when you with a label, they kind of do all of the work.
Yeah, but
meaning on a larger scale. But the artists still have to push their brand. Right. But I think from the standpoint of, like, I heard Nori say this on Drink Champs, like, he loves the independent money and the grind, but he also liked the fact that there was a staff that was in control of your marketing. There was a group or staff in control of your radio interviews. There was a group of staff that was hired to make sure that your sales are selling. So right.
I guess maybe because I compare everything to Tech Nine and Strange Music, and watching them grow as I have over the years. Yeah, I know it can be done.
It can.
It takes a lot of money and hard work.
That's it.
And a lot of times people don't have either, or they don't have one or the other, or they don't have either. There's so many, like I was saying, there's so many artists in this city.
Talking to somebody about that. Like I have the grind, the hustle, but I don't have
the money, the backing. Right.
And then this person had the income, but didn't have people to hustle. Right. So it's like we kind of could merge this together and create something special. But sometimes with that, ego plays a part. You know what I mean? Because I had this label for, I would say, 11 years. It's kind of hard to just pass someone into your situation.
I really don't think that's ego. I think that's like what I was saying about control. Yeah. I've had people tell me, "Oh, Lisa, you should have somebody like kind of like intern." And when you can't be at shows, I said, "But they're not the Baltimore paparazzi. Yeah. I'm the Baltimore paparazzi. Yeah. I'm not a company. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, she's from Baltimore." No, I am the Baltimore paparazzi. And I know paparazzi grammatically is incorrect. I'm a paparazzo because that is the single form. Paparazzi is plural. Right. Whatever. But I am an entity of my own. I'm not a company. Now, if it ever came to that, that would be something different. But I'm one person, and I will probably pass it on to another person if the case came to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just that it's been brought to my attention that my pictures are different than this person's pictures, and my pictures are different than, and that's what I like because I do different things than everybody else.
I don't think if you're a photographer, you should have the same quality of an eye for a picture. I'm not gonna say the same quality of a picture, but the same quality of an eye. Like, right, you can kind of time things that you know is about to happen, whereas though somebody else might time it maybe a half a second off and they miss it. Yeah. Me, myself, like between me and Mastermind, there's been shots that I might have missed, but he caught. Right. And vice versa. There were shots that I caught that he might have wasn't paying attention to or was trying to fix something. Right. So someone that takes pictures, not everybody should have the same eye.
I mean, and like, I know artists who, or not artists, but I know photographers who, they like the take and turn the camera this way and this way. And I really don't like doing all that. I don't like the whole, sometimes I do. It depends on the feel that I have at that time.
Yeah.
The pictures that I took at Wisdom Court Summer Jam from Soundstage, each set had like different lighting, which really screwed with me.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to have flash photography.
Oh, you're not?
Soundstage, you're not allowed to have flash photography.
I never knew that. Of course, I was taking any pictures down Soundstage.
Yeah, no, I have. But for some reason, somebody does take. Anyway, that's that person. But anytime I've ever been down there, no flash photography, can't use flash, whatever.
Well, that's hard because like there's no really.
You have to just be good at your manual settings.
Yeah.
And I'm getting there, but I'm not there. I'm getting good at editing.
That's what I'm learning. Manual settings is what.
Yeah. So
we did a wedding, and he was like, you know how manual settings are like.
No.
Usually you set the camera up for me, and I'm good from there.
Right.
Because I used to shoot in automatic a lot.
Right.
But of course, you know, when you got problems like you saying, as far as the lighting different, you gotta learn how to control the camera.
But
to do, because automatic, this is just going to automatically bring that flash up, be like ping.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take this picture.
Right. So with that, I had to finagle and learn. Like I had to adjust the different settings and stuff, and I hate that because I've had this camera for years. 4 years now, and I'm still learning it. But my pictures, I get so many like compliments on my pictures, and I'm like, that looked like crap. Like it was too red, it was too blue, it was too this, it was too that, because the lighting.
Yeah.
But
I had somebody did me like that. We was at a party. I took the picture on the backdrop. But I took 3 pictures, and guess which one they picked? The one that's blurry, and they say, I want that picture, I like that picture. I'm like, oh,
really?
My goodness. Like, really? You gonna pick the worst one out of the bunch?
Right. And I don't, like, I never, like, when I take pictures, and I take them off of my chip, I save them on my hard drive. I have an originals folder. I have a folder where it's the pictures that I have edited or deleted. And then I have a folder with the watermarks.
That's a lot of folders.
Yeah. Because some of the pictures that you never know. Like I might have worked a picture with the coloring. Like this last one, I've changed a lot of them black and white because of the lighting.
Yeah.
Just changed them black and white. Just the contrast.
That kind of worked for hip hop anyway. A hip hop venue, it kind of worked.
Yeah.
To be able to, I think that's pretty dope when you can do black and whites.
Yeah. So I just like I never want to be just like I don't try to compare any artist to any other artist. Now I might say like this one guy. He's a white guy that performed at a couple of Wisdom Court events. And the first time I heard him, he said a line, and I was like, "Ooh, that's very Eminem-ish." Yeah. I wasn't comparing him wholeheartedly to Eminem, but what he said and how he said it was it was like how it reminded me of Eminem, or. Somebody might remind me of, like, K-Mac reminds me of Jada. You know what I mean? Like, his voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's just his voice. It's not his flow or his lyrics. It's just his voice reminds me of Jada Kiss. The dude Highway Yellow I was talking about, you see the picture of Highway Yellow. I'm gonna show you a picture when we get off air, and you're gonna be like, "Is he related to Pimp C?" Because he looks like he could be Pimp C's son, brother, something.
Wow.
He reminds me a lot of Pimp C.
Mm-hmm.
And when he raps, because he's from down south, he's got that draw, he's got that flow, he's got that Houston, Louisiana, all that kind of flow.
Yeah.
So he'll put you in mind of maybe
Those people.
yeah. So, but I don't like comparing anybody to anybody else, and I don't want to be compared to and I don't think you can compare my work to anybody else.
I think everybody should have their own space that they occupy. I don't think it should be a thing of like comparison.
Right.
Now, of course, because things are competitive, you kind of have to look at that as maybe friendly competition, but some people go too far with it.
I don't, because you know why? Because what Mastermind does is totally different than what I do.
Yeah.
What your brother does is something totally different than I do.
Yeah.
What my friend Rachel Spence does, totally different than what I wish I could be on her level.
Right.
Like, her pictures are gorgeous. Like, no matter what she takes pictures of. Like, it's just like, I'm like, can I yeah, Ruben Green. Oh my God.
He takes some dope pictures, especially in dark plate like Sonar. I mean, not Sonar. The
Soundstage.
Soundstage. I've seen some of his pictures in Soundstage. I'm like,
My pictures from Ram's Head.
if I can learn that technique.
My pictures from Ram's Head from the Frozen Harbor, actually, some of them came out really, really awesome. My pictures of Method Man and I wish I could have got a picture of Method Man when he was apologizing to my ass. I was so distraught because I got spit on, with water spit on me.
And then he comes back and
He apologizes 3 times.
yeah.
2 times during the show.
Wow.
And once after the show. Yeah, so he's a good guy. I'm still a fan. Always will be.
I was too. I love him.
But like
Red and meth.
like I said, I one day I was at a show and it was just me. J5 would be there sometimes taking pictures or video. And then the next thing I know, I turn around one day at 5 Seasons and there's somebody with a big camera with a, like this big camera with the big, the flash and then when they post the pictures and it's just me because I was the only one doing this. Okay. And then all of a sudden people were coming out of nowhere taking pictures and I'm like, but your pictures don't look like mine. I remember
back then, when I first came out, there were only about 3 people in media. There was J5, there was you, there was Kelly.
Yeah, and I was called Kelly quite a few times.
And there was one more person. I think it might have been Keston.
Yeah, Keston, I met Keston years later. But Kelly was
there
on
wasn't that many photographers or people coming in with cameras.
And then there was nobody, and there's still nobody that does it like me.
Amplified Video. He would come in time to time and do media too, like J5.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was really none around.
I turned
now there's like a 1,000,002 people.
I turned around and looked, and I seen all this cat. I said, "Who?" And then when I looked at the pictures, I actually found out who it was, and I looked at, and they posted like 10 pictures. And I was like, "That's it? That's all the pictures?" And I'm posting at that time 200 pictures because of the camera that I had. It was just a little camera. It wasn't even that big of a camera. And my pictures from my little square Olympus where I pushed a little button on the side and the lens went out and pushed it back and the lens went in were they were amazing compared to this big camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is that possible?
I remember my first point and shoot. Actually, I got hired by a gig by Ty Hill.
Mm.
And I went down there and I was like lost. I had like a plain white backdrop. There was not really nothing fancy about it, but it was like, wow, that little camera got me quite a bit of change. And then I had the big camera and nobody wanted to pay for it. You know?
Right. But my whole thing was I figured it out when I bought my Olympus with because I needed a camera that changed lenses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I needed. I needed a camera that changed lenses.
Yeah.
Why the hell did I need a camera that changed lenses? Because I wanted to be like everybody, all these other photographers that had these fancy cameras.
Yeah.
And it came to me when I bought my Olympus, and I miss my Olympus. I still have it. I just got to get it fixed. The shutter broke inside.
Oh, okay.
And it hit me. It's not the camera. It's the person taking the pictures.
It's the person.
You have to love what you're doing. And a lot of these people that are taking pictures because they think it's going to make them some money.
Or you got to do it for love. Like I said, I used to go out to clubs and take pictures of the shows. The only reason why I kind of stopped is because people were cropping my logo.
Oh, you seen what I did with that?
So then what I started doing is it's like a box shape of a logo. So I was putting it like they had a chain on.
Mm-hmm.
I put it like right up in because I know they ain't gonna just crop just to the face. But it's like I was giving like no credit, and you know when they use it in your picture because it tells you.
Yeah.
It says
but I
such and such use it for profile picture.
But what I did was because they started doing that because I would put down the bottom my MySpace. That was back in the MySpace days. Yeah. MySpace across the bottom, people would cut it out and everything else, not even say thanks or whatever. Oh, okay, I got you. So when I made my first logo, and they were cutting it, okay.
Got something for that.
I got something for you. Right in the center.
Yeah.
My website.
That's perfect. Like I was telling.
It faded out a little bit.
Mastermind, that's what I'm going to do if I do that.
Yeah, because, and then, like, I don't,
well,
like...
now they're going to have a big, powerful 4.4 logo.
But, like, my whole thing is, I don't, like... I guess maybe because I've been doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to post the pictures up and I used to tag everybody in the pictures and do all this.
Now you be like,
no.
Pictures up if you's there.
I mean, like,
there. If you know somebody, then you tag them and they won't get it. Oh well.
What I'll do now is I'll share the folder and I'll tag them because what I do now is I put everybody in their own folder. Because it was too much to have people try to go through, because it was like 200 in each folder. Yeah. And it was like, okay, the first 190 or somebody else, and the last 10 or somebody else. It was ridiculous. So I was like, well, I'm just going to put them in each individual folder, except for, like, usually a couple of the acts, I only have a few pictures of them, especially like at the beginning. And there's nothing against anybody. It's like I'm trying to get the lighting right, I'm trying to get the settings right, and I'm so busy trying to fool with the camera that I missed their complete set. Yeah. So I'll put, like, if they have like 20 pictures, I'll put them with the next group that has got like 40 whatever. And it's just easier that way. And I'll share them and I'll tag whoever's in it. Or
Facebook will tag them these days.
Even if I don't tag them, what I'll do is when I post the folder up, I go in the comments and I'll tag them in the comments. Okay. If you don't see it, that's on you. Because guess what? You didn't pay me. That's just like, where are the pictures at? Where my money at?
I like when they try to rush you and they say, when you gonna put the pictures up? Okay, you didn't pay me for this. You gotta slow down.
I told him. I said, well, when I get done working my job and get done taking care of my family, and I get a chance, then I will. I didn't put them pictures up for like a week or so, and it's just talking about competition, and I noticed stuff, and like other people have come to me. Yeah. Making mention of different things and other people, and I'm like, okay, I noticed it, but I thought maybe it was just me being me because I'm a conspiracy theorist. You know, I see a conspiracy in everything.
You're a conspiracy theorist? I don't think you're a conspiracy.
I am a conspiracy theorist wholeheartedly. I just don't rant and rave like everybody else does. I believe in a lot of crazy stuff. I really do.
We're going to have this conversation off air sometime.
Seriously, I do. I believe there's a lot of conspiracies going on. But when I have other people...
I can believe that because there's been some conspiracy theories in this spatial that we've been in, that we're in right now. Some conspiracies going on. So yeah, I would say, yeah, you're right.
But I've had people who aren't even around. You know, they used to be, but they're not now. Like they're like dealing with their family, but they used to be around the music scene, have come to me and said, yo, I seen this and this and this, and yeah. I'm like, oh, you seen that? He was like, yeah, I seen that. I was like, oh, okay. If you seen that and I seen that, and then have somebody else come along and say, yeah, I seen this. I seen that when you did this,
right,
they did this. And I was like, you seen that? Oh, so now that's two other people that have come to me. And I don't do competition. I don't do the competition thing.
Yeah.
If somebody else wants to try to be in competition with me, more power to them, because my life sucks.
The funny thing is, a lot of people don't understand, but you're not in competition with people. You're in competition with yourself, really.
Yep.
Because at the end of it all, we are our worst critics.
I am. I'm my worst critic, because when I see a picture, Trey Holiday, I posted up their pictures, holiday shells. I need to get them on here too. He was like, yo.
As they say, real rap.
Yes. Their project is really awesome too.
I gotta get it. I had them on Freestyle Friday, like my last week. Freestyle Friday. Thinking about bringing it back and doing it at the Entrepreneur Corner. Doing it for an hour. I was doing it for 2 hours, so maybe that.
Yeah, I just have somebody come on and. But yeah, when I had posted the pictures or whatever, he was like, yo, we need to talk.
He did?
Yeah, I was like, all right, talk whenever, pictures, he's talking about the pictures or whatever. Because I've known him just as long as I've known you.
Oh, yeah, because they go back.
YHGM.
Yeah.
I still got my.
What is it? Heavy Hitters?
Yeah. I still
At the
got
Black
my.
Hole?
Yeah, I still got my I'm a Trap Girl shirt with my name on the back.
Wow.
Yeah. You should see the people on over by Mount Dharma when I used to wear the shirt. Like, who's this white girl with a trap? I'm a trap girl. It's a song. I'm a trap boy. I'm a trap boy. But for me, it was I'm a trap girl. But and then Shells hit me up. I was like, hey, I got a couple good shots. He was like, couple nothing. There's a lot of good shots in there. Because I took like over 300 pictures of them because their stage presence is so awesome. Yeah. Like I was really afraid of missing something because their stage presence is great.
Yeah, I was talking to Shells and he was telling me he had an artist at the last show that I seen you at, that we was at the Outer Bar. And it was one of his artists performing, and I was like,
who is it, Promise?
I think so.
Promise El Fuego?
Yeah, that's who it was.
He is
he's energetic.
Dramatic.
But
did he take his shirt off?
Yeah. I was telling them it needs to be a little bit more controlled, energetic. Like, it's like...
it's just everywhere.
Everywhere. It was all over the place. It was like, he was like, don't worry. He was like, come to the release party. I guess that was at Capitol Lounge. It was at Capitol Lounge, I believe, and I missed it. So I was like,
I because of this job and everything, I just been missing everything. Yeah. Like I fell at work. Again, but this time.
You fell at work?
Yeah, I slipped in one of the bathrooms in the room.
The bathrooms is always slippery.
And I skidded
across.
Well, because the way our bathrooms are in our rooms is the doorway, and there's the sink and the closet, and then over here is another doorway where the toilet and the tub are.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in there gathering up the dirty towels and stuff because this is the occupied room.
Yeah.
And I slipped a little bit because there was some water on. So I took one of the towels and I was wiping up the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out and I came back in, and I went out and I came back in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I went to go out again, in where the vanity is, where the sink is, there was water there too. I don't know
how I got there.
And my left leg went out, my right foot, my toes bent, and I went down on my knee. So I text my manager. I was like, I'm just letting you know I just slipped in 106. I slipped down and hit my knee on 106. She comes around the corner going, really, Lily? I said, well, at least I didn't break anything this time, because the last time I broke my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was out for 1 year and 7 months.
You gotta be careful, Lisa.
No, I need to find me a rich 98-year-old man who's about ready to die and is going to put me in his will. That's what I need to do.
You're not close to that age. But,
I told my friend that, and he was like, I said, I need a sugar daddy. He said, oh, you need a sugar daddy, huh? I was like, yeah, you could be my pool boy. Don't worry, I still got you. I got you. Hey, let me live a little.
yeah.
I've said that, but I actually did have a guy offer to pay my bills for me one time, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, he was like, but you can't see nobody else but me, and I can only see you on Wednesdays. That's my day off, because he was married with 3 children. But he was going to help me pay my bills. You know what I told him?
What?
Nope, no thank you. I don't want nobody to have that control over me.
Yeah, that's too much.
I just don't. I say that all the time. And that's the thing, like, I say that all the time, that, I need to have me a sugar daddy. I need me and somebody help me pay these bills.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been doing it for so long by myself that, yeah.
Yeah.
And even when my husband was alive, his check, he just let his aunt and his father have his disability check because he couldn't work anymore. And, I was like, I was fine with it because they needed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was taking care of home. I really, we could have used it, but, they were dependent on his income as well. So, so they could never tell, nobody can ever say that I want somebody for their money.
True.
Because, no. I mean, right, like.
Knowing you, Lisa, I would say that's 1,000% accurate.
But it's like my friend now, like I said, I've been dealing with him for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm off with him right now, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But like he's been going through stuff, and I've been there holding him down, not asking for anything in return, giving him my last. When he finds out that I've gave him my last $10, he gets mad at me because I gave him my last $10 so he could have gas in his vehicle, or you know what I mean. So, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And some people may say I'm stupid because that's not my boyfriend, that's not my man, my husband, or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's still my friend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I might be stupid, but
not really. I call that like a good heart.
yeah, I have yeah.
To try to help people. I mean, I have that same heart.
And
I've
it gets
given
us
people my last.
it gets us in so much trouble.
It does.
Oh my God, it gets me in so much trouble.
It does.
And that's why I've kind of becoming kind of cold-hearted towards certain people and certain things, especially in this music scene.
Yeah. Well, this music scene is changed dramatic.
Right.
I think I went to give Prophet some some business cards, and everybody was walking in. I was like, I don't know none of these people.
Right.
The only person I knew was Prophet.
Mm-hmm. Because there's so many,
And,
there's so many
of course,
people
one
now.
of my former artists. But other than that, I didn't see anybody I knew.
Yeah, like me, I don't.
Maybe because I stopped going to those type of events too.
Well,
I go to more private events.
well, for me, I stopped going to so many events because there's so many events that are not even Like, I got tired of going to events where it's just the artist in the crowd and a couple of people.
Yeah.
You know, I got tired of going to shows being told that I'm going to get paid and I don't get paid.
That was tough.
And I'm not even asking for what's on my website. People don't even realize I have a website that's got my prices on the website. And they don't even try to negotiate. Because I'll negotiate. That's fine. That's a jumping off point for me.
Right.
You know. And, you know, then, like, you know, because I'm getting in for free. It depends on the event, too. Like, if it's a hole-in-the-wall kind of situation, one way in, one way out, not feeling it.
One way in, one way out.
Not feeling it.
You know, I was talking to somebody about that. Who was I talking to now that I think about it? I was talking to somebody about a whole, like, there's only one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like one way in, one way out.
No.
Especially if, like,
especially in this day and age.
Yeah, where
in Baltimore City.
Come through the front door and it's not your time.
There's not a back door we can get out of?
Yeah.
At least the depot had a little back door that we could go out of.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Margaret.
I haven't even stepped foot in that place in I don't know how long.
I haven't been there.
People stopped doing stuff there.
I think the last time I was there was the night we cut up. And I said, Lisa, no more drinks. And you said, well, I'm going to drink this drink. I paid for it. And I was like,
Jay said,
you are done.
Jay reached around, tried to grab my drink, and I switched hands.
And gave me the look, like, if you don't get away from me.
I said, get off my drink. You ain't paid for it. And the other person was there. I still talk about that. But no, I cussed him up one side. He said, how you getting home? I said, I'm walking. I'm going to walk from Charles Street all the way down, all the way up York Road. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
That wasn't going to happen.
I mean, I was supposed to be calling my daughter to come and get me. But I was mad at him. So, I still don't know how I made it down them steps. I remember him being behind me, having his arm like around my back, and walking me to the steps.
To the ledge of the step.
And then I remember standing outside, talking to DJ Ambitious, and him telling me, "I'm going to go get the truck." I said, "I don't care, because I'm walking home," and kept on talking to Ambitious. That was Holy Shalom's fault.
Yeah.
That was Holy's fault. Holy bought me them 2 drinks, the first 2 drinks.
Those drinks must have been strong.
No, that last one was, because it was a Long Island with all dark liquor and no ice.
Oh.
It sent me over. And I was already mad, so dark liquor just made it even more.
More.
Yeah. He was like, you cussed me out. I said, yep, I sure did.
First time you told me no. I was like,
I cussed Jay out.
He was like, you're not going to touch my drink. I was like, but Lisa.
I was dancing at night.
Said, what are you talking about? I'm fine. I was like,
yo, when he leaned over and said, your 2-step turned into a stumble. I said, oh.
I said, take that drink from her. And he took it.
That's because he was whispering in my ear, and that breath got in my ear, and it was like, oh, and you know, oh, ooh, la, la, la. And
then the drink went.
Yeah, I was like, take it then. That was that, yeah.
So how it feel to be back on air, Lisa?
It feels awesome. I can't wait to get these interviews going. I got a lot of good people wanting, and that's what makes me feel happy is people are hitting me up about interviews.
Yeah, it's usually hard to get them, especially in music, because everybody wanna. When you tell them they can't curse, they're like, well, get back to you.
Everybody, I was like, look, they always want to come and talk to me. Because a lot of them have already come and talked to me, before at Hard
I was
Body.
supposed to have a third platoon interview. But he's like, I ain't got no clean music.
Right. They don't. That's
I'm like,
guy.
it's easy. Y'all go in the studio, all you gotta do is tell the engineer, whoever engineers your project.
Man, that song would be like bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. That's why I said, and that's because like now it used to be everybody wanted to get the music on the radio. Now you got streaming services, you don't need the radio.
To an extent, we still do.
Well, there's XM radio. I have XM radio in my car.
It's hard to get on XM radio.
Well, I have XM radio in my car until August, and then I'm not paying for it. They can kiss my behind. Cause
I have the same thing.
and they're no better than the radio.
Mm-hmm.
They're really not. Because every time I get in the car, I'm hearing the same songs. And I listen to different stations.
Did you go to the old school chase?
Yes. And I hear the
I
same
love
old
that,
school.
though.
I hear the same old school.
I didn't hear this song. And
Oh, yeah. I go to the 90s and 2000s or hip-hop and R&B. It's Fly. The series Fly. Yeah. But they be playing the same stuff over and over. I listen to Rock the Bell
I
station.
used to listen to Rude Jude. He's funny. He reminds me of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, somebody was talking about him, about his book.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know who that is, but okay. But my whole thing is like, I don't do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I've ever done has been for the artist or been for the scene, because I believe in these artists. I believe in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it can be better and bigger than what it is, but a lot of times egos and people wanting to take all the credit, wanting to be center of attention.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it has money. They want it. They're doing it for money.
Yeah.
I got told one time before, well, if you wanted to get paid, you shouldn't say that you do it for the love. And I said, but I do it for the love.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that my time is not worthy.
Right.
My time is worthy and it's worth money.
Mm-hmm.
You
I think you should say that, because a lot of people don't, a lot of artists don't understand that value.
Right.
Because I've had people tell me that all the time. They're like, yeah, I do this because I love it. And then within that same 5 seconds, they're just like, but of course I want to get paid.
I mean,
I'm like, yeah, but are you putting that same effort
mm-hmm.
that you want to get paid?
And like with me, I get asked all the time, well, how much you charge? I don't know. I charge different prices for different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's somebody that has done stuff for me over the years, why am I going to charge them a hellacious price?
Right.
If they've looked out for me all over the years or whatever,
mm-hmm.
or we've done stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost like a friends and family discount, something like that. You know what I mean?
True.
I'm not, and I never charge an outrageous amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already know there's no real money in the you know what I mean, like not in the local underground scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always somebody trying to come up, like I said, when I had my shows at 5 Seasons, I was paying the door person, I was paying the DJ, I was paying the host, I was paying my daughter, and I had to pay for the venue. That's 5 things I had.
I was down that way 2 weeks ago.
Man, do you know Julio Shalom them had a show down there?
Yeah, he told me to come back, but I had a party to do.
I was supposed to be going because the guys told me to come through,
But,
and I was like, "Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
like
coming through."
It's next to the daycare.
Okay.
It's called La Familia. That's the guy Steven Johnson.
Okay.
They call him Stevie J.
Is that the
guy from the Culture Arts Center.
No. Is that the space that used to be the dollar place? The store? The one that's next door to...
The daycare's here. It's right there. And then, you have the 5.
Okay, it's in that little...
So it's like right next to Dunkin' Donuts. That's what...
Yeah.
Better.
That used to be the...
The dollar store?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember.
Years ago.
It had to be years ago. Wow. I've been in this game too long.
Mm-hmm. That was years ago. It used to be a dollar store, some kind of little store right there. I thought somebody had opened up 5 Seasons again.
It is open, but I don't know what they're doing out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's open because I've seen people. I think it was like a birthday party there. Inside of that. I didn't go inside, but
Simon did all that work to that place.
yeah.
He did all the upgrades and everything.
And the music industry tore it apart.
No, not necessarily.
A group of people tore that apart. 'Cause it's still
No.
been going on.
Baltimore State Police had a hand in it too.
Mm-hmm.
They lied to the liquor board. And because everybody's like, oh, because the guy was killed in there. He was not dead when he left there. He was alive and talking when he left.
Mm-hmm.
He died when he was at the hospital. He got beat up in the bathroom when there was about 10 people in the whole building.
Right.
And nobody knew what was going on because there was 10 people in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And it stemmed from the streets. So when they shut him down for 30 days, that took a hit to Solomon's pockets.
Right.
Even though he's got other businesses.
Mm-hmm.
But it took a hit to his pockets. The liquor board, and I told Solomon afterwards, I said, you should have let us know that you had a hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all would have been there.
Yeah.
Police told them, oh, we're always called there. There's always fights there. There's always something going on. I was like, no, they're always there because Dunkin' Donuts is right there
Right.
in the Chinese spot.
Yeah.
They were always coming over there to get their food. But,
I don't recall too many problems even there.
nope.
I think maybe they might have had problems when there were like parties, but not for the hip hop community, I should say.
Just like the Black Hole Club.
Yeah.
When they got busted,
Oh yeah, police definitely had something to do with that.
well, when they got busted, I was so happy it was a rave night and all them white kids were there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm glad it wasn't a hip hop night.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But that's why. And then when Simon tried to get a long-term lease, the guy that owns the property wouldn't give it to him. I think that was because Simon did such a good job working there, and and made it look really, really nice in there. I think that was a lot of it. But yeah, that's the reason why the Hot Spot 5 Seasons got shut down.
Hot spot. It was hot in there.
I hate it when he's changed that name. Hot is not the word for it. Man, Miss Solomon, turn the AC on, turn the fans on,
Hot
something.
box. And then when the what was that? The sewage backup.
Poor Solomon.
Didn't like that.
But that was still home. Even though that was not the first place I ever did a show or, went to a show at, it was still like, that was my home.
What was the first place you went to a show?
Black Hole Club.
Mine,
No, Turntable Club.
mine
January.
Was, I'm going to say the Sweet Lounge. The Belvedere.
That was another place. I was down at the bottom in the basement,
Yeah.
and I had been up on the 13th floor. That was for Profound CD release party. That was me and Ogun, and then I got picked. That was the night I took pictures of Ooh and Jahidi. I didn't even know who they were,
Right.
and all I remember is Ooh saying something about Poplar Grove, and I said Poplar Grove. And he had lifted up his shirt and showed his stomach, and I took pictures of him. And then when I won my first award, and I was up there giving my speech, which is on YouTube, and I was like, some of y'all might know who I am. We know who you are, Lisa. She took pictures of my stomach. Did you take pictures of my stomach? Yes. Oh, yes, I took pictures of your stomach. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, I miss him.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. But my first show was Turntable Club. Sonny Brown's benefit show. I didn't even take pictures that night because I didn't take my camera because I was like, I don't want to get robbed. Because I was riding the bus from west to east.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to get robbed. And then
Turntable Club was nice though. It was just
it's just small.
All up them steps.
and then somebody trying to come down the steps, and you trying to go up the steps.
You got to move.
My big
go
self,
back down.
my big self could not make it. No. Yeah, so when I went up, I stayed up, and when I went down, I stayed down. I didn't go up and down, up and down, up and down. Oh no, y'all go ahead and hit that bar. Do what you do. But yeah, that was the first place I went to, first show. That was like, you're Lisa from Shaka Show.
Yeah.
Bombs. Yes, that's me.
That's me.
Yeah, he thought I was black, didn't he? I know.
Got him.
I was like, I know, I get it all the time. Kane Mayfield put me out there. If you want your song turned into a ringtone, hit Lisa. Oh my God. I still got his song as a ringtone somewhere.
Who is that?
Kane Mayfield.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in.
He lives in Florida.
A long time.
He lives in Florida. I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Wow. Okay. So, who are some of the people you got coming up?
Next week I have Young Cobain and Sarah Z from Pennsylvania. They're the winners of the Stop the Violence event that I was a judge of up in Reading, Pennsylvania, in back in May. And then I have, it's on my phone, but I'm recording. I have Brian Lyrics, Kid Kong, I have Exoskeleton, I have Pennsylvania coming back again next month. So yeah.
You got full lineup.
I always got full lineup. I don't play.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, Lisa, can I have this date? Nope, I already booked that date. Dang, that was, look, they go fast.
Go fast.
If I had a show every day of the week, that would be cool. But I need sponsors and people to pay me to promote them on air, on Facebook and IG. Y'all do that, then I could afford to have a show every day. I could be like Steve compared me to Angie Martinez. So yeah, I can be like that.
See that?
I can be like that. I can be like Everyday Struggle, even though I don't like what's his face, Academics. I don't can't stand him.
Academics.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like some of the stuff he said.
Yeah, right. Well, watch the Kevin Gates interview. Kevin gets him. Gates be like, you dragged me. I never did nothing to you, sir. But you get on there and you drag me. He's like, what I say? What I say? Kevin's just smiling. People are scared of Kevin Gates.
Yeah, a lot of them are. So what song would you like to go out on? Let me know.
I Don't Give Up by Bodymore Big Steve and my man Fatboy DZ. Only reason why? Because I shot the video for the song.
Hey.
Go check that out on YouTube.
Make sure y'all check it out.
I done shot that one in a song called Bottles. I don't shoot videos, but Steve suckers me every time.
Steve has a tendency to do that to people.
That's okay. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met David Banner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone to Houston and New Orleans as many times as I have. I've had a couple bad experiences, but yeah, that's because I went and went to go see Kevin Gates in Michigan. Me and Steve went to go see Kevin Gates in Michigan. All right.
Yeah, Steve is a Kevin Gates fan.
Oh yeah, I
I
shared
said something about Kevin Gates. He was on me like
oh yeah,
right on rice.
Oh yeah. We don't play about Kevin. We don't play about Kevin.
I was just telling what I thought, what I hear. I hear the same Kevin Gates that was on K Gates back then. He was on Lil Wayne's Squad Up, but he said that's not the same person.
Oh, I don't know. I know that he was with he had gotten an opportunity with Young Money, Cash Money. He even talked about that in the interview with Everyday Struggle that I watched, because I shared it and I tagged. He was like, I started to send that to your inbox yesterday. See, we right there together. There together. We went down to first time we went down to Houston. He was like, you got full coverage insurance? I said, yeah, I got full coverage on the Altima. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell him you my mother. I was like, boy, if you don't get out of my face. I know his mom, so Yeah, that's family right there. Him and Deezy,
Yeah.
that's family.
Yeah.
So if they say, you know, I need you to do this, yeah.
Next week when you come, I'll have something in here, but I'm gonna have to read it because it's imaginary right now. But today's show is sponsored by G10. Make sure you go down to G10. They have happy hour Monday through Friday from 6 to 9. On Thursdays, you can catch Power 4.4 Radio. We are down there on Thursdays.
I know. I
from
was
6 to
coming,
9.
but I couldn't do
I
it.
know the rain caught everybody.
Well, not only that, just I was tired and I started to get sick. I don't know what it was.
We had crabs. There
See,
was crabs for sale, and we had fish. Fish and French fries.
French fries.
Everybody was talking about that fish that by the end of the night.
I bet they were.
Like, man, that was some good fish. I said, yeah, he put his whole arm up in that.
Who cooked it?
Tim.
Oh hell.
Yeah, big shout out to Tim.
Yeah, my first meeting with Tim was I pushed him out the way, and then when I found out that he was the owner, I said, "Oh, I apologize, sir, but I was trying to not to have what happened happen."
Yeah.
He said, "I understand." Okay, because I did. I pushed him out the way. Excuse me, pushed him right out the way.
Yeah.
Man, I did. I had to get in between him and my boy because it was like one of my children.
Yeah, it was right there.
And I had to stop him.
Yep.
And I turned my back, and I thought everything was calm, cool, and collective. And next thing I know, I'm seeing a video.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right.
Well, I will see you all next Saturday, 7 to 9, in the Spotlight with the Baltimore Paparazzi here at Power 4.4. Make sure you come and check us out, like I said, on Thursdays from what time?
6 to 9.
6 to 9, 3 hours
Drink
of
specials all night.
Oh my God! And y'all
Free
got,
entry.
if y'all don't know about the jar drinks, get to know them. I just don't want to have another night of telling Jay get off my drink because you ain't pay for it. So I'll see y'all next week. Like I said, I have Pennsylvania artists coming down. I love when they come down because they give me a breath of fresh air. So y'all be safe, be easy. And I'll see you next Saturday.
Okay.